Hello, this is Genesis, and this is a complete guide to hidden stashes and Alpha 21 update to 7 Days to Die. You may remember I have done a video on hidden stashes once before in Alpha 20, and many of them are still right where they are. What I'm going to show you today is all of the new ones you might have missed and an updated look on where to find all the others. With the foreword aside, let's begin. 2-Bit Tower. This one is easily located on top of the water tower on the roof. Pop it open and collect the stash. U.S. Army Post number 7. This one is a bit harder to find. Head into the barracks and look up in the hidden attic. Piggy Bank. Head into the basement, and beside the vault there are some safe deposit boxes. Pop open the lower right drawer and you'll find your stash. Boar Barn Fields. This may be the most looted hidden stash I've found. Head up into the silo and look under the hay for your payday. Yay! Johnson Family Cabin. This quick and easy wilderness POI has the stash tucked away on the roof and found by breaking one board. Skeeter's Place. Go around to the side door and look above to the vent. With a sharp eye, you can spot the stash hiding inside. Allistair's Cabin. This very distinguishable cabin has the secret stash tucked away near the ceiling inside. Mushroom Mining Company. Proceed into the depths of this mine, and when you come along to this location, look up and you'll find a little alcove with a hidden stash. This is usually a spawn point, so watch out for falling zombies. St. Mo's Cathedral. One of my go-to locations for books also has a very easily obtained hidden stash. Look above the door that leads deeper into the POI and crack open the glass for your prize. Town Hall. In the courtroom, head through the double doors and crack open the door to your right. Behind that locked door is your stash. Fitbox. The 4th floor elevator has a hidden panel in the floor that can be broken, and following the ladder below, you can find the stash. Luigi's Pizza. Head up onto the 3rd floor and break open the elevator. It is steel, but it is damaged enough that you can break through it with moderate effort. Climb down the ladder for the stash. Flushing Rule Palace. As you reach the roof, before you collect your well-earned end stash, look above the exit door for a hatch that leads all the way down an elevator shaft to another hatch and your stash. Richard Munchz Plaza. We have 2 stashes at this location. As you exit the building onto the roof, there is a room with a vent hiding our first hidden stash. The room furthest from the exit is hiding yet another stash. Joe's Junction. On the 2nd floor beside the Shotgun Messiah storefront, there is an elevator. Bust open that elevator and the vent nearest to you and find the stash. Diamond's Men's Club. This one almost seems too obvious. On the top of the club, crack open the large diamond to find the stash within. Shamway Factory. This is the highest density of hidden stashes in the game. The first one is at the bottom of the silo. You can either brute force your way through the ground level, or follow the path to the top of the silo all the way to the bottom. The second one is below the blue dyes vat under a vent. The third one is on the 2nd floor near the service elevator and behind a garage door. Behind that is a set of shelves hiding yet another stash. This one should be easy to find. Look for the glossed off area on the roof and either bash through the bulletproof glass or break the softer glass at the top and climb your way down and out. And lastly, the 4th is in this lab. As you pass through the fire escape, check the lower right Mortician drawer. Shotgun Messiah. Another factory with another set of stashes. The first one can be found early on in the path across the bridge. Head through the hidden hatch and follow the pipe system underneath to find the stash waiting for you. Near the fire trap, there is a hole in the wall under the stairs. Follow that and drop beneath the gears to find the stash. For another relative location, just after the blast furnace, you can see a stash beside the medical room behind bulletproof glass. Fari Farms. We all remember this one. That scripted explosion surprises most everyone the first time. Up on the silo beside the barn, there is a stash behind a metal hatch at the top. Passing Gas Store number 5. The large passing gas has a somewhat easy to find stash. Before the end stash of loot, you see a rather obvious hole in the wall. Bust through that and follow along the vent and find your stash behind it. the Nairn Residence. This is a tricky one. As you pass through the POI up in the attic, before the drop down, bust the stacked furniture to find an opening to a seemingly solid wall. Pop that fake wall open and find your stash around the corner. The Erickson Residence. This one almost escaped me. This is one of the 2 uncrated hidden stashes that I found in the prefab files. There's no discernible way to stumble across this one, as if it's almost a forgotten stash. Crack open the roof beside the chimney to find this elusive stash. The Senor Drogas Residence. I love this place, and it has one of the most dense set of bookcases to loot. Also, it has a cool hidden stash in the bathroom beside the garage. Crack open this fake wall to get your prize. The LaGrega Residence. This is another tricky one. The most direct way is through the wall above the front door into an attic crawl space. However, the seemingly normal way to find it is up into the zombie fall trap leading into the attic. Climb your way up there and find your stash on the other side. The Rua Residence. Another one that seemingly has no natural path to it is in the attic. Break into the roof beside the vent and access the crawl space here. Bullis-Bates Estate. This one isn't too hard to find. In the final loot stash, open up the closet and the fake panel behind it to get some extra loot. The Powell Residence. This half-burnt building has a stash located just before the final loot, up in a hidden storage space above the ladder. The Hestnes Residence. This POI is recognizable from the convenient drive-through kitchen. Below the garage, look beneath the stairway for a hidden stash. The Brown Residence. This one is recognizable for the rather large SOS message on top of the building. In the second floor beside the room with a pool table, under the collapsed floor, there's a library. Look in the fireplace for this stash. The Mortician's house. At the top of the stairs, the blue room to your left has a fake wall behind a plant and a table. Crack that open to find your stash. The Wright Residence. I used to call this one the house on the hill from its prominent hilltop location in Navezgane. It also has 2 stashes. The first is in the fireplace in a rather large library. The second one is in a tricky location above the freight elevator in the garage. Head to the very top to find a rather odd uncrated hidden stash. The McElveen Residence. This is another tricky one. Across the main loot cache there is a chimney. Just above that you can see a stash crammed into the wall. The Cartel House. This is an odd one. With no direct access I could see, head to the very peak of the roof and crack it open for the stash. Lesson here is never trust a roof. The Goldsmith Residence. At the top of the stairs, you'll see a door leading to a crawl space. Follow that all the way to the back, and behind the furniture, you will find a hidden stash. The Brumit Residence. This tricky one can be found at the top of the stairs, behind a vent, and into the gap in the wall with a hidden stash. The Fermier Residence. Head into the garage, and above the garage door, there's a panel hiding a hidden stash. Taylor Manor. This is a fun one. This is recognizable from the garage entrance and the strong walls surrounding the POI. In the main loot chamber below, head up to the catwalk and look behind this panel. The Kenvyn Residence. There is a room with a hidden stash and is more easily identified being the room right above the front door facing the road. There is a fake wall concealing a hidden stash. Historic Office Suites. This office can be identified by the large number 4299 on the wall. In the kitchen, just before the main stash, look up at the ceiling to find a hidden stash. Barren Land Coal Mining. You can find the first of the hidden stashes at the top of this ramp elevator. Bashing through the wall is the quickest way to access it. The second stash has to be the least hidden stash of them all. It is simply buried beside the main stash and it is clearly visible. In Alpha 20, it was at least buried in rubble. Bert's Brewery. As you first enter the POI from the prescribed path, check inside the vat just as you enter the room. Metalworks. In the same room with the loot stash, check up in the ceiling for yet more loot. NPT 3rd Division. In the interior yard area, go through this broken wall. Just above this door is a fall trap with zombies dropping onto your head. Head up to find that stash in an inaccessible attic. Navezgane Corrections. On the roof, there's a vent beside a large set of pipes. Crack that vent open for another hidden stash. Navezgane County Jail. In Block A, there is a door leading to a shower room in the corner. There is a fake wall that will lead you up a rope into your hidden stash. ZMB Radio Station. This stash can be found at the radio station, across the garage door, in the storage area, left out in the open on a shelf. Plating Company. I'm very familiar with this one. I recently flipped this in my Exploring Alpha 21 series. You will find a lot of destroyed stone debris. Dig through this and you'll notice a hole in the wall with a well-hidden stash. The Olive Residence. This stash can be found in a tough-to-find spot above the top of the house, behind a vent, accessible from the outside. The Clutter Chest. This odd one can be found if you go through the front door, dig down into the debris, and into the chamber beneath with a hidden stash. Downtown. This is an odd one. This isn't a formal POI, but is built into a city tile beneath an overpass. Go through this manhole beneath the overpass, down the ladder, and through a series of tunnels that will lead you to a large loot stash under a well-lit spot in a subway. On the other side of that wall, you will find a 32nd Street sign with a vent hanging above. Crawl up into that vent to find a very sneaky hidden stash above. Navezgane High School. This one can be found up on the roof behind a vent in the far corner. Crack a Cafe. You can find this one in the bookstore above the bathroom, in a hidden compartment in the ceiling. Savage Country. Find yet another hidden stash up a vent on the roof near the front of the building. Wasted Stiffs. Above this gate as you enter the POI, you can crack open the ceiling to find a hidden stash. Never trust a ceiling. Pass and Gas Refinery. This tough-to-find stash can be located at the base of the smokestack at the back of the POI. Waterworks. This can be found near the main loot stash if you follow the ladder here, up and over down more ladders leading to a generator room. After grabbing this weapons bag, keep going to the other roof and find our last hidden stash. You are now among the most knowledgeable people you know about hidden stashes in 7 Days to Die. As I said, I reviewed each one in game files in the prefab editor. However, as thorough as I tried my best to be, if you find one, drop it in the comments below and I will make a pinned comment including all of the ones that I might have missed. Sometimes I occasionally make a mistake. Don't tell my wife though. This has been Genosis with the Alpha 21 Guide to Hidden Stashes in 7 Days to Die. If you like what you saw here today, like the video, and if you'd like to see some more in the future, consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.